And maybe that's been lost in translation, I don't know, but it seemed to imply that the organisers were at fault in some way for making a parcours that made everybody nervous, which is frankly a load of rubbish, Tom. It was fine. No wind to speak of, and yes, there's always a bit of nervousness, and we did have some crashes yesterday, that's for sure, due to nerves, but can hardly blame the parcours for that. And Tom Bouhann, I feel possibly not in the shape that he would like to be in, Sean, and maybe a little dismayed with it, or casting around for something to perhaps hang on to.
Well, I think nervousness is the thing which he mentioned a lot, and he didn't feel comfortable. And if you're thinking that at all, well, then you're going to leave yourself to be pushed back a bit in the peloton. And in the final, you know, it's not surprising that whoa,
bouhann, nacer bouhann, over on the curb. Look at this. Does it go away from him, or does he clip the curb?
No, it slides away.
It goes away from him. Oh, that is extraordinary. Oh, and he's just hit the road surface hard with the front of his head there. Oh, how extraordinary. And it looks like an elbow or collarbone maybe there, Sean. He's clutching his right elbow, and the race leader, nacer bouhann, who won so spectacularly and so well yesterday, the bike just goes away from him. It looks like the rear wheel begins to slide away, and he's starting to try and correct it, and as he does so, Sean, the front goes.
Yes, and it's amazing the way the rear slides away there. You could see everybody else able to get around quite comfortably, but his rear just started to slide off, and then of course he tried to correct it a little bit, which you know, the normal reaction, and you know, just I think both were sliding in the end, and nothing at all he could do there. It has to be there was something on the road, because he's a little bit out further than the rest, but surprising that nobody else was coming down with him, that everybody else got around that corner.
That hurt. There is no doubt about that. You could see him as he went down, and Sean, the front of his face just bounced off the tarmac then.
Yes, he hit the road very heavily there. The face hit his chin, as you can see here. There, you know, he has a lot of facial damage, and it looked like, as you said, also maybe a wrist or something as well. He seemed to be.
There we go again. Look at this. Rear wheel steps out. He tries to correct it. Front wheel goes, and as he slides down, he goes over on the left-hand side, but his face, the front of his body and face, hitting the tarmac. And the ripples of that will go around the peloton straight away. I would imagine that is what the topic of conversation for Philippe Gilbert is there, with other riders around him. That's very, very hard lines for nacer bouhann.
Yes, that's real bad luck, and you know, it's amazing the way he just slided out. That's the question. You know, there was other riders who were pretty much on the same line coming, and they managed to get around it. So it's a surprise just to see one rider sliding off there.
There we are, out. I didn't for a minute think he was going to get back on the bike, Sean, in that state, but I was shaking his head there. I'm pretty certain that's going to be the end of it. The Française de Joux car anxiously waiting here. Will we be able to do something? Will he be able to get back on the bike? It's just like he's just lost so much time now. And let us see what's going to happen to nacer bouhann. He's not moving at all there, Sean. He's clearly, I think hit the top of his jaw, top row of teeth and nose, and he was certainly clinging onto his his right elbow as well, and that's ended. Nacer bouhann out of the race, off to hospital for a check, because they're going to put him on that stretcher and take him away.
Yes, and
here we go again, look. Well, having said that, did you see a little twitch in Johan Alfredo's bike there as he comes through? If we get another replay of that, there's a tiny twitch from Johan Alfredo's bike just ahead of him, but the bike wasn't quite as canted over, and maybe that's partly it. Maybe there's something on the road. Maybe there was just a little ripple in the tarmac. Who knows? But nobody wants to see such a good competitor, a French champion, leader of the race, won a terrific stage yesterday, Here we go, look, watch Johan Alfredo's bike. This is the man in front of him in the white. Wait for it.
No.
No, maybe I thought I did, but maybe not. No, bouhann goes away. Oh! Oh, 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 oh. Oh, dear. And William Bonnet was the man coming back to stay with him. Oh, what a great shame for Nacer bouhann after such a great victory yesterday, and the yellow jersey on his shoulders. He's lifting his right arm up though now, Sean, so it just appears to be facial injury that's the worst. Yes. Yeah. Oh, what a terrible shame. Terrible, terrible shame. Well, it's all wide open again now, and that's it. Francis Dejeux, teammate on the left-hand side, saying to everybody in the front row, no, it's over for him, he's out now. And Gilbert, I think, pointing at his head, saying, yeah, it's a head injury. You could see the conversation rippling along the front of that peloton there, Sean. And how quickly does news travel like this within the peloton?
Well, it travels very quickly because, you know, the guys who are beside bouhann, when he fall, you know, they see him going down, and then of course, you know, the news comes through that he's not getting back on his bike, and of course within the peloton it can travel very quickly because the rider, you know, next to the guy just says he's heard the news, and it just goes all the way to the front of the peloton very quickly. We can see there, you know, the Francis Dejeux rider was